ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शरण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुविष्टं पूर्णं राधदास्यं प्रदायकं निरूपानुगाचार्यवर्यं रूपमञ्जरिप्रेष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुण्यं युगाचार्य नारायणम्। वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्यामसुन्दर श्रीकन्धशेखर स्मिरहासर मुरली मनोहर राधिकरसिकमं कृपानिधे स्वप्रिया चरण किङ्करीं कुरु। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृंदाई तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवास च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Sri Guru Pada Padma Nita Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Ashtotara Satasi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudeva. And to my most worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru, Nita Lila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Astotara Satasi Srimad Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj. And to all Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the Father's mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavata Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. So verse 41. Vyaktam bhavam braja bhayartiharo vijato devo yathadi purusha suraloka gupta tanno nidehi kara pankajam artha bandho taptastaneshu cha shirasu cha kinkarinam. O beloved, certainly you have taken birth in Brajamandala to relieve the distress and fear of the residents of Braj, just as Bhagavan Narayana comes to protect the realm of the demigods. O friend of the wretched, O merciful one, we are indeed in a very pitiful condition. Our breasts are inflamed with a burning desire to meet you. So you should keep your tender lotus hands on the breasts and heads of your maidservants to relieve our anguish and give us new life. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. The gopis of the fourth group began their argument by saying that they could not hold responsible for transgressing dharma. Rather, they placed the blame on Krishna himself. With this verse, they conclude their discussion. O gopis, you are talking about so many personalities becoming enchanted. But as I have the same qualities of Narayana, I am Purnakama, means all my desires are satisfied. In this way, nothing attracts me. What more can I say in this regard? So thinking this way, the gopis spoke this verse, starting with the word vyaktam, means certainly. So the gopis said, we are your maidservants in this special mellow, so we will not be blamed for giving up dharma. Rather, if you do not fulfill our desire, you will be at fault for not executing your dharma. In this way, the gopis, they repudiated the blame given by Krishna and actually transferred to him. So the gopis say, definitely you have done this. It is your fault, not our fault. So the gopis said, you advented to destroy all the fear and distress in Braja. Just as Lord Narayana protects the realm of the demigods, so please keep your lotus hands on the heads and on the inflamed hearts of your maidservants. The gopis then, they think that Krishna also might say, O gopis, I accept your reasoning that lovely maidens fall down from their chastity simply by seeing me. Therefore, it is my duty to bestow my ambrosial servitude upon you. But like Narayana, I am complete with all virtues, and I am Purnakama. So why would I be inclined to perform such service of touching your head and breast? So fearing that Krishna would say this, the gopis, they spoke this verse. So the gopis said, it is well known that you remove the miseries and fears of the Brajavasis, and that is why you appeared in Braja. For example, when the Brajavasis were afraid of Putana and the forest fire, and when they were distressed by rains, you saved them. And especially when the Brajavasis languished just thinking about separation from you, you alleviated their agony. So you told, I am the sole master and protector of the cowherd community. All the residents of Braj are my very dear family members, and I will protect the cowherd village by the power of my arms. This is my firm declaration, Krishna saying. So the gopi is saying, you spoke this when you lifted Govardhan on your left hand. So if you will not give us your servitorship, you will be breaking your promise. So here the gopis' arguments is that they are in great danger because they are suffering from this blazing fire within themselves because they want to meet with Krishna. So now the gopi is saying that Krishna, you promised to save the Brajavasis when they will be in danger. So we are in danger, so you have to save us. But what is the difference here? The difference is that when Krishna himself decides to save the Brajavasis, he chooses in which way he will save them. But now the gopis, they want Krishna to save them, but they are telling the way Krishna must do it. That's the difference. So this is the main difference, that if Krishna spontaneously, he wants to save the Brajavasis from any calamity, he will choose the way he wants to save them. It's up to him. But now what the gopis want him to save them from this calamity. But the way he should save them, they are telling him to do. And that does not make him so much comfortable. So now the gopis are saying, you have taken birth in a very special and noble family. So if we die in the fire of separation from you, your vow to protect the Brajavasis from fear and distress will go in vain. So you will be implicated for breaking your promise. Even Purnakama Ishwara, the self-satisfied Supreme Lord, he desires also to keep his word. In this way, the gopis, they use the word Deva in this second line of the verse, indicating that Krishna is worshipped by the whole world. So you are the Supreme Lord, who is the topmost among all men. You are the Deva who appeared from the womb of Aditi by your own will to protect the demigods and his intimate associates. So in the same way, to alleviate our miseries, you should keep your lotus hands on our burning breasts. So the only reason the gopis are comparing Krishna's hands to a lotus flower is because his hands can remove the intense burning, like the lotus. It's very cooling. But the real intention of the Braja gopis was to keep Krishna's lotus hands on their breasts. But if Krishna would agree to do this, it may be the burning from their hearts will subside. But there is a problem. The problem is that if the heat coming from their hearts, their breasts, may burn Krishna's hands, then therefore they are saying, no, keep your hands in our heads. That is better. So the gopis are saying, we are your maid servants, but even in your presence, we are burning. So as the friend of the distressed, you should keep your hands on our heads. But if you are motivated by lust, do not put them on our breasts. So this is the deeper meaning of this verse. As soon as you touch our bodies, the different moods hidden in our hearts will automatically come out, and we will not be able to conceal them anymore. So this was the meaning of the verse in the mood of humility. Now the meaning in the mood of indifference. The gopis suspected that Krishna was ready to touch their bodies by force. Therefore they say, you remove the fear and miseries of the residents of Braj. So it is your duty to protect us from the fear of transgressing Dharma. It is very improper that you break Dharma. So now the gopis are blaming Krishna by saying that he is actually provoking them to have these lusty desires for him. So now gopis, they have fear that they may break the Dharma. Therefore, they are telling Krishna, remove this fear from us. That is the main concern of the gopis in this mood. So the gopis say, this fear makes us very unhappy. Hey Artha Bandho, it is your duty to remove this fear, not to increase it. It means Krishna should not provoke them to break the rules of Dharma. O you, whose heart is burning with the fire of lust, you are unable to distinguish between the right and wrong. What to speak of chaste ladies like us? Don't even touch your domestic maidservants. Your hand is burning with the fire of lust. So never mind their breasts. Don't even keep your hand on their heads. Otherwise, their dharma will be destroyed. We know that you are capable of such immoral acts with them. But don't even think of behaving improperly with us, as we are chaste ladies from respectable families. So this is the essence of the discussion among the gopis. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad is saying that from the very first verse, starting from Swagatam Vo Mahabhaga, when they meet with Krishna in the forest, the verse 10, 29, 18, up to this verse, this type of talking is called samlapa, which is replies and counter-replies. So this is the end of the purport of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad, and now we are going to read the purport of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Saratra Darshini. So the gopis are saying, oh Krishna, what is the point of flaunting your cleverness? Don't hide your real feelings. So the gopis made their intention very clear when they spoke this verse. You have taken birth to remove the fears and sufferings of all the Brajabasis, and you yourself have promised that. You have protected the Brajabasis from the forest fire, from the rains, from the strong winds. So in this way, Krishna, he has taken birth in Braj from the womb of Jashoda in the house of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul, and to remove the fears and miseries of the Brajabasis in the same way that Narayana, he did to protect the planets of the demigods. So if you do not respond to our prayer, 100 million gopis will die. Their parents and other Brajabasis will become devastated, wondering in fear how so many gopis lost their lives at the same time in the middle of the forest. So Krishna, he might reply by saying, well, this situation, what do you want? Tell me. And the gopis answer, Hey Artha Bandho, keep your lotus hands on our inflamed breasts and heads. But if Krishna says, my tender hands will be scorched by touching your inflamed breasts, and the gopis, they would say, we are your maidservants, and our burning breasts are also meant for your service. Just like the heat of the sun does not make the lotus flower to suffer, but actually to blossom, your hand will not suffer by touching our burning breasts. So in this way, our burning breasts will give pleasure to your lotus hands. So you should keep your lotus hands on our heads with the blessing that we should not fear that you will reject us. So this is the end of the purport of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So here in his commentary, we have another point which was not mentioned by Jiva Goswami Pad, is that the lotus does not become disturbed by the heat of the sun. So if Krishna has a lotus hand, there's a problem if he touched the heat of Gopi's breast. Nothing will happen. But the question is, the problem is, maybe the Gopi's breast is burning much more than the sun. Vanchakapatarvesha kripa sindhu beva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.